What's up guys, Jonny May here and welcome to this week's quick tip where I'm going to teach you how to take a very simple 5-note melody and I'm going to show you 10 different ways that you can harmonize it, starting with a few very simple beginner approaches, some intermediate approaches, and then some advanced approaches. Guys, the melody is super simple. It basically goes like this. 5-note melody, okay? And we're gonna walk through, I'm gonna teach you my 3 beginner approaches. They're very simple, okay? So if you're a total beginner, you can do things like this, okay? There's a few different progressions. Okay, then we get to some intermediate approaches. Check it out. Okay, sounds a little more interesting. Check this one out, this is really beautiful. Gorgeous, okay? Then we do some advanced approaches. You're gonna learn 5 advanced approaches. Check them out, guys. You're gonna love these. Check it out. Okay, kind of has a jazzy sound. Okay, here's another one. Okay, here's one that uses tritone substitution. Okay, here's another really cool one. Okay, and then one that has kind of a contemporary sound. So you're going to learn all 10 approaches in this quick tip, and this is for all playing levels. So it doesn't matter if you're a total beginner or you're an advanced pianist. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, guys, we're going to dive in here, and let's first look at the melody. It's a very, very simple melody. We're going to start in the high, what I call C position, C, D, E, F, G, okay? By the way, this red dot here is middle C, okay? And what we're going to do is we're just going to walk down from G, G, F, E, D, C, okay? Melodies don't get simpler than that, okay? So we want to have some very basic, a very simple melody to demonstrate a variety of ways that we can harmonize it. So that's going to be the first step, guys, is memorize your melody, okay? Just all 5 fingers in the higher C position. Now, guys, we have the lesson sheet up here on the top left, but you can download and print this in our membership at pianowithjonny.com. This is exclusive for our members. But what I want to do, guys, is I want to dive right in and talk about the 3 beginner approaches. Then we're going to talk about 2 intermediate approaches, and then we're going to talk about 5 advanced approaches. So if you're an advanced pianist or you're an intermediate pianist, skip ahead in the video. All right, beginner pianist, let's get ready and talk about basically 3 chords that you can use to harmonize this progression, okay? The first chord you can use is an F major chord, okay? This is F, A, C, okay? Now, we're in the key of C major, by the way, C, F, E, or G, F, E, D, C. So what we're doing is we're starting on the 4 chord in the key of C, which is F, A, C, okay? That's the first part. And then we're going to go to a 5 chord, a G major. You guys see that? G, B, and D. Okay? 1, 2, 3 is together, 4, 1. Okay? This is called a 4-5-1 progression. We're in the key of C major. F is the 4 chord, G is the 5 chord, and C is the 1 chord. If you're totally confused about what I'm talking about, check out our key courses at pianowithjonny.com. We have a whole course on the key of C major for beginner pianists where I talk about these chord degrees and how chords come from the scale and explain what the 1 chord, the 2 chord, the 3 chord, and the 4 chord is. So guys, that's approach number 1. It's a 4-5-1 progression. All right, approach 2, again, for beginner pianists. Very, very simple, okay? What I'm doing is I'm starting on the 2 chord in the key of C major. This is a D minor chord, D, F, A. And I go 1, 2 with a D minor, 3, 4. I'm on a G major chord, okay? G, B, and D, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to land on C major, which is the 1 chord, okay? A very common progression. This is called a 2-5-1 progression, and it's used a ton actually in jazz music, okay? So this has some jazz implications. Beginner pianists, chord approach number 3 gets a little bit more involved. In the last 2, we're basically holding the chord, 1, 2, and then going 3, 4. Now we're going to move the chord with the right hand, meaning every note in the right hand we're going to harmonize it. This is a very typical pop approach. Check it out. Okay. What I'm doing here, guys, is I'm starting on the 3 chord, the E minor, E, G, B. Okay. 1, 2, that's an F major, F, A, C. That's a 4 chord. Okay. Harmonizes the F really nicely. The E is harmonized by an A minor, A, C, and E. That's a 6 chord to a G major, that's a 5 chord. Okay? Very, very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. Okay? C major on the bottom. Right? The idea here, guys, in terms of what notes work to harmonize the melody, usually they're chords that share notes with the melody. So this, chord has a G in it, this chord has an F in it, this chord has an E in it, comes from the melody, this chord has a D in it. Okay? So this is kind of the 3 beginner approaches. Again, if you're totally confused on this, check out our key courses at pianowithjohnny.com. We have the key of C major where you understand all of these what we call diatonic chords. They come from the scale. But what I want to do, guys, is I want to move you on to some intermediate approaches. If you're an intermediate pianist, we're going to take it up a level. Here's the first approach. Okay, a little bit more interesting. What are we doing here, guys? Well, we're starting on an inverted C major chord, okay? This is a C major, E, G, and C in the left hand. This is a first inversion C major chord. And what we're going to do here, guys, is we want to create a bass line. You guys see that bottom note moving E, F, F sharp, G, okay, just half steps moving up the keyboard. That's what we're doing here by using inversions, okay? First chord is C major, second chord is F major, F, A, C, okay? This chord, F sharp, A, and D. This is a D major chord, then F sharp in the bass, that's what this slash is, D over F sharp, okay? And that harmonizes the E nicely. This is like a D chord with an added 2, okay? And then the G chord, G, B, D with the D on top, okay? So this is where it gets a little more interesting because sometimes the chord doesn't share a note with the melody, like there, okay? You can do this in music. You can add the 2 to your major chords. Okay, guys, that's approach number 4. That's an intermediate approach. By the way, guys, we're talking about pop music here, popular music. If you want to learn more about these progressions, check out our pop roadmap, our contemporary roadmap at pianowithjohnny.com. We have 11 full-length courses where I teach you pop chord progressions, how to improvise over these progressions. Most of our courses are 1.5 to 2 hours long, and we go really, really in depth so you really understand these chords and how these progressions work. So if you want to check out more chord progressions like this, check out our pop roadmap at pianowithjohnny.com. And we're adding new courses every single month. All right, guys, approach number 5. You're going to love this. Oh, that is beautiful, okay? Definitely getting into some colorful chords here, okay? First chord is a D minor 11, and this is just gorgeous, okay? D, C, F, C, and G. It's a D minor 7 chord, but we've added the G on the top. The melody note is what we call the 11, okay? Really, really beautiful way of playing a D minor chord. This is quite lovely. It's a C major chord, E, C, G, C, F, okay? Nice spread out. F major 9, F, C, G, E, C. Very nice. Beautiful G sus4. It's a G7 with a sus4, G, C, F, G, and D. Okay? And then we end on this beautiful C with an added 2. Okay? Really, really lovely. Again, pop chord progression. If you want to learn more about these, we have a beginner intermediate roadmap and an intermediate advanced roadmap on pop music and pop chords, okay? So intermediate pianists, these are your 2 approaches, but what I want to do, guys, is dive ahead here and talk about the advanced approaches. If you want to play jazz, guys, this is the section for you because we're going to make some beautiful harmonies. Oh, sounds beautiful. Okay, this is jazz. So what we're going to do, guys, is instead of playing these simple pop chords, we're going to go to a D minor 7 on our first chord. This is A, D in the left, or sorry, D, A in the left hand, F, C, and G. Okay, this is a D minor 7 chord, and when we play jazz, we add colors to it. Okay, so we've got the 11 up here in the top. Root 5th, 3rd, 7, and 11. Really nice spread on the chord. When I first learned this chord, my teacher said, that's a Bill Evans chord, and that sure is. He played a lot of these chords, okay? 1, 2, 3, gorgeous, what we call upper structure, okay? G on the bottom, that's the root, the F is the 7, A flat is the flat 9, 3, and 13, okay? You guys see that? And then D on the top, and we go to a lovely C6 chord, C, G on the bottom, E, G, A, and C. That's 3, 5, 6, and root, okay? So some very colorful, very jazzy chords. If you looked at this progression, it's a 2 chord in C, a 5 chord in C, and a 1 chord. It's a 2, 5, 1 chord progression. This is just a gorgeous way to harmonize this. And if you're confused about these chords, check out our jazz courses at pianowithjohnny.com. We have over 19 full-length courses. Many of these are 2 hours long or more, where we do a deep dive. We talk about jazz harmony, and we talk about chordal voicings, and we talk about harmonization, and we talk about soloing, okay? So this is just a little kind of skimming the surface along the lines of jazz, okay? Approach number 7, guys, check this out. It sounds great. Ooh, that one moves a lot more, okay? So the first one here, approach number 6, you know, kind of holding the chord in the bottom. Now we're moving along with it. First chord here, guys, it's an E minor 7. E on the bottom, B, D, E, and G, okay? That's the first chord. Second chord, ooh, this is a very colorful jazzy chord. A7, flat 13, sharp 9. A, G, C natural, C sharp, and F. Root 7, sharp 9, third, and flat 13. Guys, this is advanced jazz harmony. We're using what are called rootless voicings in the right hand. If you don't know what rootless voicings are, guess what? We have a course at pianowithjohnny.com, actually many courses where we discuss these in a lot more detail, okay? If you want to learn these, go to pianowithjohnny.com. All right, D minor 7. Here's the D minor 7, D on the bottom, F, A, C, and E. Gorgeous, G7. We've got G on the bottom, F, A flat, B, and D, okay? Lovely G7, then we end on a C6. And that's the way this one works, okay? By the way, guys, you can do fun stuff with this. You can kind of groove on it. Really fun thing you can do. You can swing it. Do a little bass line where you repeat the notes. You can do Latin. Okay, that's a bossa nova. Okay, we have a whole bossa nova course at pianowithjohnny.com, so you guys can learn all these styles. But I want to move you through and teach you the last 3 harmonic approaches. Approach number 8, this gets really interesting. This uses a tritone substitution. Okay, and what we get is this beautiful bass note walking down chromatically until we land on that C. And this is a really cool jazz effect you can use. E on the bottom, this is an E minor 7 chord, B, D, E, G. Next chord, E flat 13, E flat on the bottom, G, C, D flat, F on the top. This is a rootless voicing. We've got whole exercises on rootless voicings in our smart sheet music section, which are a lot of fun. Our members really enjoy playing these. A D minor 7, this is F, A, C, and E. Okay, it's a D minor 7th chord with an added 9. And then a beautiful D flat 7, okay, with an added flat 9, F, A flat, B, and D, okay? And then we're just gonna end on our C6, okay? Some very advanced jazz harmony here. By the way, guys, the lesson sheet music, which is available for all of our members to download and print, also comes in a smart sheet music format, meaning you can click one button and it'll change the key of the sheet music. You can put this in any key you want if you want to study the harmony in more detail. All right, guys, let's keep going here. 2 more progressions. Check it out. Okay, this one gets really interesting. We're starting this guy on a B flat 7 chord, and we're going to do a similar chromatic walk down to the G, and then we resolve to C. Okay, it's using tritone substitution. B flat 7, A flat, C, D, and G. This is a rootless voicing on the B flat. Okay. Gorgeous, A7, flat 13, sharp 9. Don't let these terms confuse you. They're just notes that we alter in the on dominant chords, okay? A flat 13 with a 9. Actually, this is a flat 13, okay? A flat on the bottom. G flat is the 7, the 9, the 3, and the flat 13. You could also use a flat 9 like that. It's kind of up to you, whichever one you like better. G7, I like this one, G, F, A flat, B, and D, and then a little C6 at the end, okay? You can groove on this one too. All right, good stuff, guys. Final approach, approach number 10, is a non-jazz approach. I don't think of this as jazz. I think of it as sort of modern, sort of modal sounding. Kind of parallel motion sort of harmony here, okay? Using a lot of major 9 chords. This is an F major 9 chord, F, C, A, C, E, and G, okay? And then we're gonna bring this down a whole step to harmonize the F. This is the 9th of the chord on the top. That's the magic of this harmony, is you're putting the 9th on the top. E flat major 9, E flat, B flat, G, B flat, D, F. Bring this down a half step, so it's all parallel motion. Everything's moving by the same interval. D, A, F, A, C, and E. Okay, final chord here is a B flat major 9. Okay, actually there's no 9 in the chord, but you could put it there. You could put the C there, that's really nice. B flat F, F, A, C, D, and then our C major 7 or C6. Actually for this one I play it like this, C, G, E, B, G, B, and C. Really gorgeous way to play a C major chord. All right, guys, this concludes this week's quick tip. Did you enjoy the lesson? If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this lesson, be sure to check out our other lessons at pianowithjonny.com. We have lessons for all playing levels, beginner, intermediate, and advanced piano players. Currently over 400 lessons, over 220 hours worth of lessons. And we have lessons in jazz, blues, boogie woogie, pop, rock, theory, technique. Guys, we have lessons in almost every style you could possibly want to learn, full-length exercises. And we have the Piano with Jonny membership, which gives you unlimited access to all of the video lessons. We also offer sheet music to our members, over 150 sheets with new sheets and new video lessons added every month. We do live events for our members, a live Q&A, a live workshop. We do weekly challenges. We have ear training exercises. Guys, it is the full learning platform, and we structure all of our lessons into learning tracks. So every lesson is sequential, and we hold your hand through the process. So if you want to learn more about what we talked about today, I'll put a link below to pianowithjonny.com. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next quick tip.